Hello, everyone. Welcome to Big Cat Sports. And it's our weekly Tigers breakdown and what we expect this week. They probably should have won a couple extra games, but you went 500 for the week, lost your series to the Padres, but won your series against the Athletics. Really should have swept them and won the Padres series. But your end of the week still 3.5 games back of a playoff spot, going into a week where you can still make some good ground in the wild card race.
I mean, I was kind of disappointed, when they went up against San Diego. Should have won that series. But then again, they could have lost it too. It switched on a few plays. We could have got swept if it wasn't for the grand slam.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I guess we should be grateful they got one out of it. But,
The Athletics, they should have swept them. That first game going 13 innings. Every single time your offense got runs, your pitchers gave it right back up. You just couldn't keep up.
But they pulled it out today, and like I said, it's their record for the week. They stayed above 500. We got to do well against Colorado. I don't want to say we have to sweep them, but man, that would be nice.
But are they more exciting this year? Because
yes,
due to work schedules, I don't get to see a lot of the Tigers. I don't, so I really can't comment on this video.
They are a lot more. Think of that how the Red Wings were. They're kind of our Red Wings right now.
The better our sports teams do, the better the city does, the economy does. So that's what I hope for. I hear that they're in a playoff hunt. So if they do get there, I'll probably watch more of it and have more to say.
Yeah, pretty amazing. The fact that they're such a young team and the way they started out the season wasn't very good.
I mean, they had a good first month, and then they blew it the next two.
Yeah.
And now they caught back up.
I think we were counting them out mid-June.
We were counting them out by the All-Star.
What I know, Javier Baez was probably a bad sign.
Yes, he's been a bad sign.
Seems like he doesn't want to be here. People keep complaining about Torkelson.
He came on at the end of the year. He has lately been a better player.
Well, I've seen him play out when I go to Mudhen games. And,
but he's back up now.
Yeah, but I know of him.
He got kicked to Toledo, but he's back up. And again, he's doing okay. Everyone's batting okay. Meadows is doing better. The people you wanted to play well are starting to kind of get their groove a little bit.
This is what we said in mid-June. We said because Torkelson and Meadows were not contributing to the team.
And then you got the young guys who didn't count on.
Major factor. They counted on these guys. And now, you got guys like Young who are playing well. I mean, Sweeney playing well.
Yeah, Young, Sweeney,
not great.
Perez.
None of these guys are lighting the world on fire, but they're timely hitting. Sweeney had a home run today. Didn't need it because we massacred him.
I mean, Madden, Ty Madden's pitching well.
Todd, yes. That guy came out of nowhere. I don't even know who he is. And every time I've seen him come up, he is
You're
done
getting
the job.
Olsen back. Mize has come back. You're starting to get a rotation back, which you haven't had for 2 months, going off of 2 starters. And hoping Kenton Maeda can save you from the bullpen.
Right.
Every fourth day, basically. But
I mean, throw him out there when we have an 8-run lead, and he'll give us 2 innings and maybe not blow it.
But you're doing well. And this week you're going against a struggling Rockies team that's 54-90. And you have your chance to sweep them and get yourself again in a good position. And then you have the Orioles, who are 500 since the All-Star break. We have been the best team in baseball since the All-Star break, while the Orioles have been 500. You win that series, you not only put pressure on the Royals and Twins, but you're only 5.5 games back of the Orioles.
Good.
I think the Orioles are going to regret not.
So it sounds like over the past couple of years, there's been some definite improvement.
Oh, yeah. They have been kind of like the same path he was saying, like with the Wings, is that
slow and steady.
You've seen slow and steady improvement. And
I have to admit something: I've never seen Scuba throw a pitch.
You're missing something.
I hear
the guy's
a lot of good things about the kid.
Oh yeah,
it's lights out. Due to work, I don't get to watch much Tiger baseball.
They're a team where you're constantly going, "Who the heck's that?" You don't even know who they're. Who are the people? But you're always seeing new players that you weren't familiar with.
You got lucky today because somehow the Boston Red Sox lost to the White Sox. So the White Sox did not get their 34th win yet. They got their 33rd win, but they have not gone up on their loss total. They're very close to breaking the record. They're at 111 losses.
Okay.
So the White Sox,
they're that bad.
The White Sox are probably the worst team in Major League Baseball.
They're probably going to break our record.
They're like the Brooklyn Knights. right?
So
The
Yeah.
natural.
I mean,
Well,
how many losses do they have?
111. They're 33 and
I
111
I really think
with
they're going
3
to have
weeks left in
more
the
than
season.
120 losses.
They have a good chance. They have a good
Well, there's
chance.
only 162 games.
But
They're going to lose 100.
but you got lucky. The Twins, the Twins this week are playing the Angels
How did that even happen?
and the Reds. So they're playing two favorable teams, two teams that aren't above 500. So the Twins can get back on track for themselves. While the Royals, they're playing the Yankees and the Pirates. So again, you're only 3.5 games back and 4 games of the Royals. So you have your chance to even catch up on the Royals this week before you play them, as long as you play well. The Yankees series against the Royals will be a bigger series for both teams because the Yankees are still trying to win the East while the Royals are trying to keep up in that wild card race before they fall out of it. But they've been struggling too. But that is who's in front of you. In Baltimore, if somehow they have a bad first half of the week, they do play Boston, which is a big series for them because they're right only a half game behind us. Right? If they can catch up with the Orioles and beat them up while you beat the Rockies, that Orioles series might decide the wild card fate at that point. So there's a lot of things turning right now.
Yeah, there's a lot of scenarios, but the main thing is keep winning. Just keep winning and let the chips fall where they may. I don't think many.
No, I don't
20?
think. Yeah, I would
Maybe
probably say
close
around
to
there.
that. Yes,
Because we're almost into October.
6.
The playoffs should be.
Well, the season ends at the end of
12,
September. So,
15, 18 games.
Yeah,
18 games left.
So 18 games. They got how many wins?
Right now, we are sitting at 73 and 71.
They need out of 18. They need to win. I think about 12. Of those
I was about to say win 12. You'll be 85 wins.
Yep. So 12 out of.
What were they last year?
Oh, they're like 79.
Okay, that's so. I mean, you're improving.
So you're getting better, but that's just the thing. You're playing all these teams, and everyone's playing each other in this wild card race. It's going to make it very interesting. Luckily, again, you have the tiebreaker between Seattle and Boston. So if you finish with the same record, you do get ahead of those two teams. The only other team you're playing, but you play them later on, is Tampa. They're a game and a half behind you. You do play them eventually too. So you do have your chances against everybody to kind of give yourself those tiebreakers. But it's very interesting. There's going to be a very fun last few weeks of baseball, keeping up with everything as the Lions are playing, right? They play today as we're making this video, and then the Wings are going to start up once the baseball season dies down. So we got a lot going on now.
Right. I mean, it's fun. That's what sports, like I said, it's nice to be entertained. We're looking forward to tonight's game. The Wings look like they're on the right track. Tigers are on the right track. I can't speak about the Pistons because
we don't care about we don't care about the Pistons.
I haven't watched a Piston game in
but again,
almost 30 years.
I think we've noticed what is the key. You got to have an ownership that wants to win and an active management core, no matter what your team is, that actually is pursuing players that can help you get better.
And that's the question you have right now.
Sheila Hamp, he's been
has your confidence in the Illiches started to improve? With the team slightly getting better.
Yes, I'm starting to at least not hate Chris Illich as much as I once did.
I mean,
the teams are at least looking competitive, and that's what you want. That's all you want.
That's kind of what I was saying.
My people in the seats.
My idea, right, was maybe he wanted his own legacy to build his own teams up from the ground up. Maybe that's what he's doing.
But he just doesn't see, and it's not his fault because everybody has their own personality.
I mean, and you got to compare him to.
Doesn't. His father was so gregarious. His father was always out there talking.
And I think that's the thing. You're comparing him to his father.
Right. Well, so, why not?
So
we compared Sheila Hamp to her parents.
Well, yes.
We're the worst owners in sports, probably.
But the thing with Mike Ilitch is he was a lot more engaged with the team and with the public than probably his son will ever be.
We've been lucky in that.
So
the only thing we can gauge by is what's he doing to get us better? Or what does he do? Is he, because these are a product. That's what sports is.
And you will see this year with the Red Wings, right? Will we improve beyond just being out of the playoffs? And the same thing will go with the Tigers next year. Will you do something in the offseason to put you in the playoffs? Because right now, even if you finish outside the playoffs where you're finishing right now, you should be a wild card team next year if you keep
Well, the
improving.
Wings should have been in the
Well, I'm
playoffs.
saying the Tigers. I'm
Oh,
saying the Tigers next year.
Tigers.
If the way you're playing right now, I would say you should be a wild card team next year.
Well, certainly they should be in the fighting for a spot. That's what we want. There's no guarantees. There's no once you get in the dance, that's
Yeah.
get us through the summer. Don't be
But-
out of it by mid-June. Like I said, that's what we thought. We were looking at them; they were playing awful. We were
10
all,
games
like,
back in the wild
stopped
card.
watching them all together, and just said, and then they, came on.
But well, here's what we are happy that they're playing well.
Yeah, of
But-
course we are. We want something to watch. We want something to, like Ed said, bring business down there, people down there.
Yeah.
People thrive.
Puts people in the bars and restaurants, and people
Right.
buy the merchandise, and people,
The psychology of
Attend the
sports
games.
it improves people's moods when you got something to talk
Yes.
about and cheer for, and
But
when the Lions did good last year, people were not assholes to each other.
right, it's everything's a little nicer, and stop talking about the things in the world that suck.
Yeah.
So
with that being said, though, like, comment, subscribe. Let us know what you think so far. What the Tigers need to do, in your opinion, to get themselves in the playoff spot. And until next time, hope to see everybody soon.